Yes, seriously. Just a day after Minecraft Live was hinted at happening soon, Mojang managed to leak the date that it was happening this year. That's because on their webpage, in Spanish, if you go to the FAQ section, it would say when will Minecraft Live take place, and then confirm that it will be held virtually on September 22nd, 2025, beginning at 1 PM Eastern Time. That's right, this is a crazy thing to be revealed, but what's even crazier is the fact that it's actually been on there for months now, and was only removed after this got widespread attention, thanks to the Potato Man. Speaking of potatoes, welcome to Bit. This is your source for hugely interesting, widely shared posts you might have missed this last week that go into interesting questions like which Minecraft Switch version should you buy, or indeed what is Minecraft hinting at with this image, and all of the other things that you might have missed. It's like crisps. You might not eat a few crisps by themselves, but a bag of them certainly makes sense, and so I hope you enjoy your Minecraft meal. And let's get started with the first crisp, because this has to be Minecraft's 1.21.101 update releasing for Minecraft Bedrock. You might notice that there is a new update, but might be confused about what's actually inside it, and as it turns out, this is a third version update, so that means that according to our Minecraft Bedrock chart of updates, it's actually going to be a very minor bug fix, and indeed, looking into the changelog, we can confirm that it fixes about 7 different bugs, most of which you probably didn't notice because they're small generation bugs or crash bugs. However, this means that Minecraft will be more stable. These are important updates, it's just not as important as major features, and so it's great to see that Minecraft have fixed this, and it's also great to see that Minecraft have fixed their Minecraft Spanish webpage, because it all but confirms that they're giving away the date for Minecraft Live this year, right? Except actually, to get the screenshots that we used for this video, I used the Wayback Machine, and you can see that the Wayback Machine shows this data as early as the 28th of March 2025, which means they either revealed this 5 months ago and no one caught it, or it's possible that just on the Spanish webpage alone, instead of writing March, they wrote September. This is because the Minecraft Live earlier this year was obviously on March the 22nd at 1 PM ET, and so is it possible that this is happening exactly 6 months later? Yes, it would be right before a potential release date for the Copper Drop, September 23rd. However, it's also possible that someone just made a mistake, and so we won't actually know for sure, but the most likely date so far is September 22nd, but stay tuned for an announcement from Minecraft. Speaking of staying tuned for an announcement, I've been staying tuned for an announcement about whatever this is. So after reading the new snapshot notes, it's safe to assume that these teasers are for the next drop. I think this post is weird to share by itself because it only makes sense when you combine it with that old TikTok from back when the Copper update was first revealed of someone going metal detecting and then finding a question mark block, and obviously we don't find copper below beaches, so is this a big hint at something? Well, everyone seems to think crabs, watch it, crabs. I'm guessing and hoping it's a crab. You tame it when you're in a certain radius of the chest and it will find it for you, but as you can see, there are no crabs inside of the Copper Drop, and Mojang confirmed that it is now feature complete, meaning are they going to reveal a crab in the next one? I certainly think this is a fun suggestion, but I think it's worth asking, why would Mojang hint something coming in the next drop right now, just before this one was finished? It could be a multi-month campaign and it's fun to believe, but let's take the contrary case and say that maybe they were just hinting copper in that first image, in which case this second one would probably just be the Minecraft social media people saying, yeah, isn't it relatable when you go digging for a buried treasure and you don't find it? Wow, make sure to like, subscribe, and make sure you see our posts about things in the future. That's what I think has probably happened here, and so although you can keep a 1% chance of a crab in your mind, I wouldn't put it any higher than that. Also, what I would say is that obviously the next drop currently refers to the Copper Drop still. It's not out and won't be for another month, and so the most shared thing on our Minecraft this week was lunch atop a village, and I absolutely love this. It's obviously it's a reimagining of that old shot from New York of people eating their lunch, but I absolutely love the ways that you can use the Copper Golem statues, and I think that they're even going a step further by using shelves and chains, and I just love when people creatively use new blocks. That is the entire point of them, in my opinion. Speaking of the entire point of things, you might not have also realized, I didn't until Just Guarantee 7808 post this, but apparently Minecraft fixed explosions in the most recent snapshot. So here's what they look like before and after, and just in case you don't understand, they've added these extra particles that were meant to be there the entire time, but were missing. At least they've done that for Java. What about on Bedrock? Well, I figured I'd go and find out whether Bedrock was more like before or after, and so, here we are in the latest preview, the most current version of Minecraft we can find. Here's me detonating a TNT, and as you can see, Oh, it's actually, it kind of looks like, you know, a little bit like somewhere in between, but notably, it has a very low resolution explosion. If we compare this explosion, I'll do it again, to the explosion from before, it weirdly seems to be super, super low res in ways that I don't quite understand why it would be different to Java. What's even more interesting is, at least to my perspective, vibrant visuals, which now, by the way, can be turned on and off in-game. This is a huge thing I missed in 1.21.100, but it's absolutely game-changing. But if we now turn on vibrant visuals and launch the exact same explosion in the exact same place, you'll notice that, interestingly, one of the things that changes is TNT flashes and also the TNT particles. We seem to get a lot more TNT particles when playing with vibrant visuals turned on, which I think is interesting. I just think it's interesting that TNT looks so different just based on your graphics setting, but maybe you didn't know that, and now you do. Speaking of things you hopefully now know, did you know you can actually customize the end flash on the Java edition, which you actually have to do upside down, but if you do so, you can create things like this. And I'll be honest, I've been thinking about this meme far too much, probably more than the original creator, because it does take the lever of 7 horses to cover 1 horse, which is already interesting when you think about it by itself, but it's more interesting when you consider that leather horse armor takes 7 leather. Well, if you want to craft a full set of leather armor for a person, boots, trousers, tunic, and a hat, that's going to take you 24. Why does it take 4 times as much leather to armor me versus this horse? You can clearly see he's bigger than me, and I have lots of questions, and sadly, I have no answers. Although actually, now I'm curious, if this is creating such a red flash, do you think if I used a different colored image, it would change the way the end looks? I need to know. Okay, so I tried to find the most uniquely different colored image I could that would be a bit more of like a white or a red, and we're going to see if the end looks any different as a result. I mean, it certainly looks darker with it. Okay, I tried to use an image that was the most different color, more red and white, and we're going to see how different the end looks as a result. Wait, what? Okay, I've restarted Minecraft, I've tamed my horse, now we just need to know what happens with the next end flash. Oh, it's somewhere, it's somewhere. Oh, it's still purple, even though the image clearly is not. So that means that that must be hard-coded. Also, pro tip, make sure you subscribe. I hear bad things happen if you're not. Oh, this is very trippy. Oh, you can still die in creative on Java. I forgot about that. It's been too many years. Although, if I've been playing Bedrock for so many years, I should be perfectly equipped to answer this question from TinkT87, which is, which Switch version do I get for my son? They show that on Amazon, if you type Switch 2 Minecraft, that is to say the console Switch 2 and then Minecraft, you'll find 2 separate versions of the game, one of which costs more money than the other. And this is interesting because in the same case for the Xbox One or PlayStation 4 versions of the game, you'll find there'll be a modern version, which is cheap because it's still being printed, and an old version, which is more expensive, and therefore, if you want the collector's edition, or ultimately if you want 2 versions of Minecraft for the price of 1, it's worth sending £25 for Minecraft Xbox One versus £20 for Minecraft Xbox Series X. But what's interesting is with the Switch version, they never published it with the Switch edition, which means that if you ever see Minecraft Switch being sold, it's going to be the Bedrock version in either case, and so there is no difference between these besides what version will come on the cartridge. This means that the only actual difference would be if you're playing offline only because you have no access to the internet, although actually wait, you clearly have access to the internet. This is a screenshot from Amazon, but if you didn't have access to the internet, that would be the difference. And so hopefully that's enough for anyone buying the game, for anyone else in their life. But if you want to know the full complexities of why it's so hard to buy Minecraft, well, let's put it this way. If you want to buy Minecraft Xbox One Edition, you might actually be buying the wrong game if it's used, and they're all used copies now, because as far as disc versions are released, there is an Xbox One edition of the game, then there's an Xbox One Edition Favorites pack, which came with some DLC, then there's Minecraft for Xbox One, but it's actually Bedrock, and then there's Minecraft for Series X, but it's definitely Bedrock, and it comes with some mine coins. It actually seems very affordable if it comes with 3,500 mine coins. Those are worth like £17 by themselves. You know, I might buy myself a few disc copies of the game, but there are so many versions of even this, and so it's very tricky to actually buy the right Minecraft. Make sure you get it right. Speaking of getting things right, did you know Minecraft haven't added a food item since 1.17? This is something I thought was notable because, again, again, there are so many new blocks that they've added in that time, but they haven't added major new game mechanics, and indeed, not even a new food type, and arguably the food they did add isn't that useful outside of when you're starving in a lush cave, but still, Minecraft has been seriously missing new food upgrades. Is that something coming in the next drop, or is this a sign that Minecraft have worked out that the easiest way to make people happy is with one pointless mob every year and a bunch of new blocks? Well, that's something I'll leave up to you, and by you, I mean FirmFig8453 from the RIVX Toycat subreddit that says, isn't it weird that there's only one reptile and 0 crustaceans in the game, before showing some ideas of how there could be some tortoises, some scorpions, some whatever weird fish this is, or even something as simple as a lizard. Is this something that Minecraft needs? Well, I think I'll leave that up to you. I also, by the way, I love one of the, outside of like the fun speculation and news and stuff, we also get a lot of posts of what people are up to in their forever worlds, and someone shared their spawn area, and I absolutely love when people share progress pics like this, so thank you, Miss I Love Cookies, for sharing this, although I'd also like to thank Miss Laura Lott for this being the beacon and how it looked in snapshot 12W38. You might not have ever seen it, but the beacon was going to look crazily different and basically be designed around diamonds. I wonder if they had done this, if beacons would be more of a flex now, because ultimately getting the beacon part of the beacon is the hard bit. Getting enough gold or emeralds or iron is very easy because of how farmable those things are, and it's just a fun insight into how Minecraft could have been hugely different, and maybe thankfully is not. Speaking of thankfully, I hope you all enjoyed this video. I have appreciated you come along for bits. It is one of my favorite little new series that we're trialing out here on the channel, and if you enjoy it, then we can also dive into weird takes on things like the worst stamina system of all time. This got 9.9 million views, by the way, but I want to just say that I hope you've enjoyed this, and I'll leave you in the comments and the subreddit to debate whether these points are true and good, and indeed whether you also want to buy Minecraft on the Series X only to use the Minecoins and then to put the discs in a big pile somewhere. I'm going to do that, and so I'll leave a link down below in case you want to get that, or indeed Minecraft Switch Edition. But for now, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!